Martin, this really is an opportunity in Group C now after what we've seen earlier today.
Well, Saudi Arabia, they've blown this group apart, haven't they, really? Both these teams would have been preparing for this afternoon and been inspired by it. So, yeah, this is a game you must not lose now rather than you must win.
And away we go. Mexico and Poland have both had to fight hard to get here, and they both carry the weight of expectation back home. Well, Group C has been blown wide open. A result no one saw coming. Argentina beaten by Saudi Arabia. And Martin, that really does give both these sides an opportunity to lay down their marker for their World Cup campaign today.
Certainly does, and I expect Poland to really go for it. Lewandowski, we've said, hasn't scored in a World Cup final, but as a Polish fan reminded me, there are not many here, by the way, but he's only played in one World Cup, so give him a chance. So let's see. He's a quality player, we know that. Not too many goals amongst the Mexico team, really, qualification. Only got 17 goals from 14 matches, so Jimenez sitting on the bench. So let's see how they get on. I think it's going to be a well-matched team, his two teams here tonight.
Not the greatest kick, really, there from the Mexican goalkeeper, Ochoa. A really experienced goalkeeper, 37 years old. Chavez is down and gets the first free kick then.
Well, definite late tackle. Chavez is a very good footballer, likes to get on the ball, left-footed. They all sit either side of Alvarez, who sits in that deep position. Might be Ferreira as well, dovetailing. This is the Ajax player, Alvarez. Really good, decent player. I've seen a lot of them in the build-up to this in preparation, and they can pass the ball very well.
Montes playing that long ball across as Mexico look to try and create an opening. Herrera to Sanchez. To Herrera. Couldn't quite find Lozano, who was the target. Well defended in the end by Zalewski. There is the Mexican manager, Gerardo Martino, celebrated his 60th birthday 2 days ago. He is the man tasked with lifting Mexico's curse of 7 successive defeats in the round of 16. Alvarez. Lozano will collect that.
Very much a 4-3-3 system for Mexico. Poland not so easy to work out because their manager's quite renowned for changing his tactics from game to game.
Zalewski, who's the player that went down, is back up on his feet. As the Poland manager, Czesław Michniewicz.
I think it's a back three here tonight for Poland. I think that's the best way to get the most out of Cash going forward in those wide positions.
Lewandowski, you can hear the boos as soon as he gets on the ball. It must feel a little bit like an away game for them, really. The amount of Mexican fans that are here.
Yes, of course they know the quality that he has. Mexican wave has already started, by the way.
Right on cue. Coming round to you shortly, Martin. Are you joining in?
No, I'm too busy here looking through the formations.
Here's Glick. Now Kivior. Lozano doing really well to nip that ball away. An opportunity, striving forward, gets the cross in. Great chance for Mexico, couldn't quite make the most of it. Alexis Vega, who was coming in on that wide side.
Well, it came actually from a mistake there. It was just a pass across the back of the defence. Lozano getting down that right-hand side, zipping the ball around really well, Mexico early on here.
At the moment, they certainly are looking the more dangerous in this opening couple of minutes.
Well, they like to push their fullbacks high, Mexico. Drop out a midfield player into the back line to a form of three. This time it's Herrera, and then the fullbacks just push really high and wide.
Alvarez. Now Montes. There's the support of Herrera to the right. Trying to weave his way through, but it's not being allowed by Szymanski. Now an opportunity for Poland to come forward. Lewandowski releasing that ball. Great chance now. Can he make his way through, but it was really well defended in the end by Gallardo, and it was Kaminski who was coming in on that right side, had space to run into.
Gallardo, he takes a really high position. You see the start of this, and he gets back. Really good pace. Lewandowski, I thought he was going to race through there, but fair play to the fullback. But they will leave that space on the counter-attack, Mexico.
Zielinski will take this corner kick then for Poland. Referee just having a word there with Kamil Glik. Zielinski with the delivery, looking for Lewandowski.
Well, he got to his head to that very easily.
And they took a touch off Jorge Sanchez. Another corner then for Poland. More defending to do for Mexico. Wasn't the best delivery this time. Headed straight out, and they'll go again. Zielinski with the delivery. It was a decent one in the end, but Mexico did well to get there. Two players down, though. Cesar Montes, Mexico. And Glik as well for Poland.
Well, two brave young men going for a ball there. We've seen a few head injuries in this tournament so far. Yeah, you just see it as not the worst we've seen. Hopefully each player is going to be on their feet shortly.
Cap for Kamil Glik today. Jan Bednarek warming up. Well, the Mexican fiesta already started inside this stadium. They are certainly the fans that we've been seeing out and about, haven't they?
A World Cup just wouldn't be complete without the Mexicans here alongside you. Sombreros everywhere today. They really do make a World Cup. And they usually get out of the group as well.
But then they seem to not be able to go that one stage further. No,
that's right. But I've seen a good start to this game. Clearly they would like to play the ball very nicely. It's interesting actually on this right-hand side, Sanchez, he often makes an underlapping run, and then the wide player comes deep to receive it. So lots of movement in wide positions.
Both players now back on the pitch. Seem to be okay. Martin trying to get the ball away from Glik, and in the end straight into the hands of Szczesny.
I think Szczesny's just happy to get a touch of the ball, just to calm things down for his team. He's just telling them to get out. He's going to kick this one long. Go, but impressed. And you see they certainly want to pass out from the back, a bit like on Poland, just hitting it long each time.
Montes. Szymanski got a touch to it to block it.
They're not really pressing the ball, Poland, are they? They're just sitting back, allowing Mexico to build their attacks.
They are two polar opposite teams, really, aren't they? Mexico enjoy their possession. As you mentioned, Poland happy to sit back as Mexico come forward. Luis Chavez trying to make his way through that Poland defence. First corner then for Mexico taken short. It looks promising. And leaping forward. Hector Moreno seems to have hurt himself in the process.
He never really looked like he was going to be able to reach that. It's whipped in. Just a little bit too much on it for him. He gets up very early there.
Very experienced player, Hector Moreno, 34 years old, plays his football in Mexico.
Can you believe he only had 9 touches in the box in the last World Cup? We'll be hoping that improves this time round.
Moreno with the kick away. Szymanski. Now Zalewski. Kiwior. Goviak. Forward looking for Lewandowski, but again, Mexico know the threat that he poses. Kiwior looking for a promising ball down that right side. Was out of it for Szymanski. This time will go Mexicans' way. Sanchez. Cash. Back to Glick. Roshinski.
Roshinski doesn't look comfortable going forward in that left back or left wing back position that he's in. Very slow build up from Poland right now.
There's Bereshinski as they try and find a way through. Zalewski decided to play it across. Szymanski. Kukowiak. Work from Mexico. Now an opportunity for Sanchez to stride forward.
Just a little bit too eager there, Sanchez. Heavy touch, of course, but he just wanted to sprint there. Needed a bit cleverer than that.
Montes to Moreno. Gallardo. Lozano to Sanchez, but he loses out. Now an opportunity for Poland to drive forward. Didn't quite get the touch he was looking for. It was a difficult ball, really, to Lewandowski for him to control that.
Zalewski, yeah, just running at pace. It's the hardest skill you have. You're just getting the right weight on the pass. I think this is what we're going to see, counter-attacking football from Poland.
Cash coming into the back of Alexis Vega there. Lozano. Through to Sanchez. That's the block in. And eventually the flag goes up.
But again, nice movement, Mexico, down this right-hand side. I really like Lozano, the way that he's running inside there, the movement. Leaves that pocket then for Sanchez to get down on the overlap.
Well, Mexico are missing a key player in Jesus Corona, so a lot of the responsibility now on Lozano's shoulders. Also questions about whether the manager Martino would be bringing back Javier Hernandez, or his name is Chicharito. Decided to leave him out of the Mexico squad.
He's too old now, isn't he, surely?
Don't know if you quite agree with you on that one.
No, I think we'll see something of Jimenez in this competition. Of course, that terrible injury he had to his head, and he's had a groin injury. We did see that he played in a friendly game just a few days ago. So he's available on that bench. I'm pretty certain we'll see him at some point.
Luis Chavez. Now Alvarez. This is football in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands for Ajax. The best clearance there from Glick, but comfortably into the hands of Szczesny in the end. Cash. Now Glick. Next to Bereshinski. Kivio. Szymanski. To Zalewski. Patiently making their way forward, Poland. Szymanski. Surrounded by the...
There's Alvarez again. Covers on each side of the pitch. A lot of people saying he'd be the next big player to leave Ajax.
He certainly has excelled in his 4th season now with Ajax. Zielinski. Cash.
Certainly injects a bit of pace, Zielinski, into their play when he gets it.
Tall ball and could be taken advantage of by Lewandowski. Oh, he was looking for something from the referee, but quick to make his decision. Chris Beef, the referee. Alvarez. Sanchez. Lozano. Glick was forced to make the clearance. Back the play was diving in.
Krakowiak. This is another one, isn't it? The other end. I don't mean that's a foul. Lozano's had a good opportunity, hasn't he, a couple of times. Just feel for me, just lacks just a little bit of pace. Down this right-hand side for Mexico, a little bit quicker. No, Corona's out injured. No real goal-scoring opportunities so far.
Well, neither side have really started to sparkle yet, have they?
No, we've seen some outstanding games so far. England were in fantastic form. Maybe both teams being a little bit cagey in this one. I think Mexico's slightly better.
Will they have watched the Argentina-Saudi Arabia game?
It'd have been hard not to. If you think of their build-up, of course, that game was played at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and well, they'd have been having their lunch, relaxing, and they'd have been quite inspired by Saudi Arabia's performance, that's for sure.
Sanchez again. Take it quickly, Poland. Not to their advantage, though.
Catching the eye, Gallardo, the left back for Mexico. I think actually be better suited. Mexico going down the left-hand side. A lot of play coming down this right side for them. Here they are now.
Gallardo. To Montes. This is Lozano. Laying in Herrera. To carve his way through. Looks at great ball as well. What a chance that was for Mexico to try and open it.
There's Vega at the far post. It's a looping ball. He tries to get down on the right and then comes back onto his left and he just lifts it in there and gets to the ball ahead of Cash. He just can't guide it on target.
Well, Alexis Vega for Mexico with potentially their best opportunity so far in this game. He knew it too.
He's taken up interesting positions, Vega. I know he's down on the team sheet to play wide left, but he keeps coming in centrally. Of course, that width is created by Gallardo down the left-hand side, so he can come inside. It's very difficult to pick him up.
Well, that chance for Mexico has certainly lifted the energy inside this place. Plenty of the Mexican fans off their seats now, jumping around, trying to lift their team. Lozano. Pass to Alvarez. Chavez. Great ball in. This is a big opportunity. Missed by Szczesny! Well, Gallardo came all the way from that left-hand side to try and create that chance for Mexico.
Well, look at him making that run. Just about stays on side. Lovely ball into him, and the goalkeeper, Szczesny, to be fair to him, gets out really well. He doesn't get a lot on the ball, but he stops him from scoring.
Took just enough power away, didn't he, Szczesny, to stop that from finding the back of the net.
Gallardo, though, really do like the look of him on that left-hand side. He's in the mood tonight.
Szymanski fouled there. And the first yellow card of the evening is shown to Jorge Sanchez.
Well, that seems a little bit harsh to me. I think the fans are in agreement with me here tonight. Very soft booking indeed. Can they create anything here now from this set ball?
Well, so far in the almost half an hour played in this match, they failed really to inspire Poland. Zielinski takes his place. Lewandowski is ready to receive it. The free kick is whipped in and handed straight out. The Mexico defence who were making sure that didn't cause any danger.
I think it was Moreno, really important header.
Nash looking for that long throw. And just forced to go short to Zielinski. A wasted ball really comfortably into the hands of Ochoa. This is Mexico's 8th consecutive appearance in the World Cup finals. No team has played as many games as Mexico at a World Cup without ever reaching a final. Alvarez. Now Montes. Vega. Chance for Poland to stride forward. As Kasha was doing the work.
I think it's well worth him trying to counter-attack Cash into that area. Just needs more support with him.
Sanchez forward to Vega.
And they're clever. Vega's come out onto this right-hand side, switched with Lozano.
Jesus Guiara has also decided to get a little bit further up after that glimmer of hope that he had just moments ago. This is Vega. Nice and looking ball, but no one on the end of it.
He's unlucky there, Vega. He's in and around everything, stitching things together. Just a little bit too much on that ball. Not seeing much of Martin. He's the lone striker.
Kukoviak. Szymanski to Zalewski, who loses out because there's a couple of Mexican shirts surrounding him. Alvarez tries his best. Glick. Nothing too promising going forward to Lewandowski. How do you get the best out of a player who is so good in the domestic game?
Well, I think you've got to get bodies in and around him. If you look at Poland, they're just so happy to sit deep. I mean, we said, looking at these teams preparing for these matches, not a lot between the two teams, and that's proven so tonight. They're just quite happy, aren't they? Just to sit, look at them now, deep, and they force that ball. Mexico needs to be a little bit more patient in their build-up. The game's sort of been dictated to, really, by Poland. I mean, the goalkeeper now, look at him, he's just going to kick this long. How often do you see this now in the modern game? Reach the halfway line and we'll just kick this forward. Not seeing this in the Premier League this season so far.
Well, everyone always tries to predict, don't they? Who's going to top the group, who's going to come second. You know, everyone would have thought it would have been either Mexico or Poland to come second in the group, but after what happened earlier today, this could go any way, and this is a big test to see which one will come out on top.
It certainly is. You get these opportunities in life, they don't come around very often. You've seen how emphatic England have been in their performance, but I think Poland, this is how they play. Their manager is very tactical. I just think Mexico, with Jimenez on the bench, surely we're going to see him at some point, because Martin's up top is really not in the game. He's not looking for the ball, he's not making runs, and everything's happening on the sides. It's like the players are taking a breather right now.
Roshinsky.
Krakowiak making the foul. Not seen him play a forward pass yet so far. He sits just in front of the back 3 or 4. Quite happy, Poland, just to hit it long, play percentage football, really. Just get bodies around the ball.
Plays his football in Saudi Arabia at Al Shabab Riyadh. Actually, was training.
Channel of the central midfield. Nice left foot, plays for Pachuca, strong form with his club, and that's won him selection and a starting place as well. His first World Cup, Luis Chavez. It's Chavez's cross. It's come out here to Lozano, who lost Zalewski and got the cross in. Again, just the hint of something for Mexico.
Vega, Chavez, Herrera, they're showing up all over the field in different spots. Getting numbers forward and into the box allows things like this to happen, where it bounces through. Lozano alert, another corner for Mexico. They're starting to figure out ways to pile on pressure on that Poland back 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on the moment.
40th minute, corner kick, Mexico. Again, they don't look to hit it long. Vega. Herrera. Thought about the left foot shot. Montes kept it alive for Mexico. And then they take it all the way back to their goalkeeper from Gallardo. That was a strange one.
Fans aren't happy about that here.
It was a 60-yard back pass. Gallardo said, well, we kept possession. And then they've wasted it. For a wrap of all the World Cup highlights, special guests and in-depth insight, it's World Cup tonight with Kate Abdo, Mo Edu, and America's World Cup fan, Chad Ochocinco, who gives us his fan experience. That's tonight at midnight on Fox. Here, Mexico 0, Poland 0. A tense affair in an intriguing group, made even more intriguing by the result this morning, with Argentina and Lionel Messi beaten in their first game by Saudi Arabia. Certainly the greatest result Saudi Arabia have ever had. Again, it's aimed at Lozano, and it doesn't get there. Szymanski. Goes out of play in the end, and that's another dead end for Poland.
That's a really good reaction by Chucky Lozano after Mexico give away possession. When your most talented player does this, it can lift the whole team. Really good tackle.
And that, of course, is the minimum requirement for any team, that they show great fight spirit. It is the World Cup. You contest every blade of grass. You have to earn the right to play. Alvarez. Poland break it up with Krakowiak, who was looking for the free kick and got it. drama may still be to come in this game. The outcome of, well, pivotal importance in the group. Lewandowski's been quiet, hasn't he?
Yeah,
so
he
far.
really has been. And I was just going to say, when you prepare for a match, there's no question that the managers of each team were preparing based on Argentina winning this morning. You have to think that way. Of course, you're going to play to win the game, but you are expecting that. And I just wonder if there was no adjustment based on that result. It's probably too late to adjust, to do anything different.
Lozano did well there. Sanchez got forward. Bit of a misunderstanding between Glick and his goalkeeper. Poland have managed to smuggle it away in the end. They're on the front foot here, Mexico. Can't quite find the breakthrough. Chavez has been good, spreading passes around. Lovely left foot. Likewise, Gallardo. He's been dispossessed on that occasion. Zielinski, though. And that's the fight Mexico is showing. Vega really working hard. His coach will love that. High press, won it back, Mexico. Irving, Lozano. Chavez again, look at a fizz one this time. Lozano under no pressure, has got to get the cross right. Krychowiak, and then Vega's attempted volley. Got hold of that. Looking to turn up the heat here, close to half-time. Away goes Lozano again, looks for the return ball and goes down. And then there was a shot from Sanchez, turned over by Szczesny. I wonder if they might look again at that challenge.
I didn't see a lot in it from here, Ian. Chucky Lozano comes inside. The run into depth from Sanchez is good, and then this is a bit of an awkward one for Szczesny. I think he gets his timing wrong. Does enough to tip it over the bar.
Confirmation from Mark Clattenburg, our expert back in the studio. No foul involved or debate there. Corner kick. Vega flicked on by Moreno, and Szczesny can hold on to it. Two minutes of added time at the end of the half, I'm being told.
Following up on the point I was making earlier, Ian, you come into the game preparing a certain way based on what you think is going to happen in the group, no question. When you see the result from Argentina, Saudi Arabia, you can't go to your team then and change everything you've been preparing. However, I wonder if at halftime both teams are going to say, listen, we have to win this game. Getting a point out of this game really hurts us, and we'll see how that impacts the second half.
Because they've both still got Argentina to play, a hungry, wounded tiger of
That's
Argentina. Right. Lozano gets the early cross away. Dealt with by Cash. Lozano seeing a lot of the ball, isn't he? Chavez. That time he was having a dip from the best part of 30 yards. Is Lozano. Goal scoring has been a problem for Mexico. They scored only 17 goals in their 14 World Cup qualifiers. Tells a story. It is the hardest thing in the game, isn't it? Putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, it is. They just don't have a talented number 9 like they have in past World Cups, past years, and it's shown.
Certainly couldn't fault them for effort and dynamism. They're trying everything they know. They just, at the moment, don't know quite enough. put in simple terms, and that is half-time. Mexico probing, pushing, but not finding a way through. Will Lewandowski have a part to play, I wonder, in the second half? The drama may still be to come here. Half-time score is Mexico 0, Poland 0.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox is presented by Verizon. Mexico and Poland scoreless at the break in their Group C clash. Coming up on the Verizon halftime show, highlights from an eventful first half, a look back at Argentina's stunning defeat, and we'll get you ready for France's opener against Australia.
But it's like no team wants to grasp it. When they're going forward, there's missed passes, there's a really lack of just quality in the whole game. It opened up towards the end. But yeah, it's been one of the worst 45 minutes of the World Cup so far.
And the man we gave the most time talking about waxing lyrical about, Robert Lewandowski, he's just not in the game, is he?
Yeah, they're just not playing to him at all. There's been so many opportunities to give him the ball, and they just don't seem to be wanting to do that. I don't see a real sense of style or play or focus from this. You don't see no zest or spark when they go forward. It's very flat in the way that they're playing, and I hope the second half they get volleyed at home, hopefully in the changing room by the manager, and come out and become a different team to what we've seen.
Yeah, they look very happy, Poland, to let Mexico play, don't they?
Yeah, but the problem is, if you just keep defending so deep, then you let Lewandowski isolated on front, you know. And
but it's like no team wants to grasp it. When they're going forward, there's missed passes, there's a really lack of just quality in the whole game. It opened up towards the end. But yeah, it's been one of the worst 45 minutes of the World Cup so far.
And the man we gave the most time talking about waxing lyrical about, Robert Lewandowski, he's just not in the game, is he?
Yeah, they're just not playing to him at all. There's been so many opportunities to give him the ball, and they just don't seem to be wanting to do that. I don't see a real sense of style or play or focus from this. Way maybe on the pitch to play to him. The first touch is obviously wrong there. This clip after, when the ball comes to him again, you think to yourself, please, it's a perfect opportunity. Play that straight into him, wrap it into his feet. That's when he comes alive. These big players need football. They don't want to be starved of the ball, and he's been very much done that.
You think that, you know, in the week, in the build-up to this, that's all Poland do, is look to how to get him onto the ball?
Yeah, they did, but I just think, like I said before, it's a lack of quality. You see Rayo's analysis there. He's dropping deep to try and get involved, but if no one passes the ball, there's nothing he can do. We know the numbers. We spoke about the numbers beforehand, but if you don't get the service, you know, you're not going to be in the game.
Let's have a look at Mexico's chances, because they've had the lion's share, they've had the possession, and they've had more joy, haven't they, going forward? Yeah, and they've looked a little bit more creative.
I think they've just been a little bit better. I mean, down this right-hand side is where they're getting a lot of joy. You see here, Vega at the back stick. But again, you know, we're trying to do analysis and look at stuff to grab, but we're sort of clutching, really. These are the best chances of the half. It's going to take a wonderful pass. You see this run here from Gallardo just there. It's going to take something special to win this game.
That's Micah Richards' Zabaleta run, that, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But again, keeper does well there. But you're just thinking, is the game going to open up? Towards the last 5 minutes, they looked a little bit better. And, you know, we give the big build-up of some of these players, but they've not performed. I don't know if they're nervous. Sanchez getting into an area here, the right back, and just, you know...
It was on target.
This is the best of the half, you know. We're not going to pretend it was a great game, because it wasn't, but there is some We're getting some
Szczesny to get his hands to it, at least, didn't they? For
sure.
There is a light show going on behind us, so at least they're getting entertained at half-time, the fans here. And actually should say, for you at home, the Mexican fans, where we are now, these are all shipping containers, and the noise, they're jumping up and down. You know, it's not through them supporting their team, is it, out there?
No, the crowd are being fantastic. It's brilliant. But the second game will open up, of course.
The second half, well, of course, it is the narrowness of Poland that's leaving those flanks exposed that obviously Mexico are getting most of their joy, isn't it?
Absolutely. Something that's Mexico should try in those areas, as we see, you know, Poland defending, you know, keeping the defensive shape very narrow and allowing both fullbacks to support in attack. They should push forward, especially, you know, Gallardo and Sanchez from that right-hand side, that they just need to support in the attack and help Mexico to progress in those wide areas.
It's difficult when you look at that and you think to yourself, it's hard to understand why Poland have come into the first game after what they've seen with Argentina and Saudi Arabia. Not for we've got to go for this. We've got to open up a little bit. Maybe it's the nervousness, as Micah said, but these areas here, they've seen this. Mexico, and they understand now that the fullbacks are staying in the pitch. They have to keep switching the ball, crossing from all areas, and what they are doing well is they're getting Herrera and Chavez high up the pitch, almost in like 8 number 10 positions, so they have got 4 and 5 bodies in the box at most occasions when the ball does get wide.
Well, if there's any consolation, 10 of the last 12 goals that Mexico have scored at the World Cup have come in the second half. So stay with us.
Please stay with us.
Something's going to happen. OK, guys, thanks for now. There is a lot to look out for on the BBC over the course of this World Cup, of course.
The FIFA World Cup 2022 is here, and the BBC will have 24-hour coverage throughout the tournament. Matches will be shown live on BBC TV and BBC iPlayer. You won't miss a moment with a BBC Sport app, and you can have your say by using our Playerator. BBC Sound and Radio 5 Live will have live coverage of every game and will keep you up to date with the World Cup Daily Podcast. The FIFA World Cup 2022 live across the BBC.
2 other matches to catch up with from today. If you've just joined us, here's what happened when Argentina met Saudi Arabia earlier in Group C.
In from Messi then, punched away. The referee is being sent over. It's the holding there. 8 minutes in, Argentina penalty. Messi to give his country the lead, which he duly does. Of course it's him in the headlines already. Was it ever in any doubt? It's his 7th goal at a World Cup finals. Gomez. Martinez. 2-0 Argentina. They are checking the offside leading up to the goal. Oh, he's ruling it out. Well, this is the offside. I was right when I said it was close. An inch of a sleeve away. Al-Malki's ball through. Al-Shiri has equalised for Saudi Arabia. What a moment for him. Saleh Al-Shiri to shock Argentina and make it 1-1. Less than 4 minutes into the second half. That has stunned the Argentinians. Alois, the goalkeeper, with the crossfield ball that has now come through to Abdul Hamid. Being chased all the way by Tagliafico. He got the cross in. Otamendi's clearance wasn't a good one. It was whipped back in by the substitute in the first half, Al-Abid. And they're all at sea suddenly here, Argentina, and they're now behind. Alda Saruri, the golden boy of Saudi Arabian football, has put his nation ahead against Argentina. His nickname's the Tornado. Argentina must feel they've been hit by one. Absolutely incredible. It's one of the World Cup all-time shocks. The Green Falcons of Saudi Arabia have flown where they've never flown before.
Well, Grace Note, the statisticians, have crunched the numbers and declared it the biggest shock in World Cup history, and that is where it leaves Group C. Saudi Arabia top and Argentina no points. I think we thought we'd be talking about Messi and this is the year, and then we get Pablo Zabaleta coincidentally as a guest on this show, and I've got to talk to you about potentially, actually, an Argentinian being the architect of your downfall, because Ramon Diaz is the coach of Al Hilal, who provide 9 of the starting players. He's an Argentinian, of course. And
Ramon Diaz, coach that's been working for a long time in Saudi Arabia, and obviously he's got 7 players in that team, and of course they have quality. I know they probably not the best, but you can, as I said before, you know, in the way they've been approaching the World Cup, I think they spent like 3 weeks together. That's how they've seen working and just thinking on that game against Argentina. You can see today they've been brilliant.
Absolutely. Okay, well, today's second game was the Group D meeting between Denmark and Tunisia. Steve Wilson was there.
Here come Tunisia. Cavani's in! And a brilliant save from Schmeichel. Oh, that's a good ball for Christian Eriksen. Eriksen, Cornelius ahead of him. Eriksen's shot, excellent save. Wonderful save by Damen in the Tunisian goal to deny Christian Eriksen. Again looking for Joachim Andersen round the back. It's headed down and it's come off the post. And somehow Tunisia have survived. Eriksen drills it back in. Andreas Cornelius, is he brave enough? Does he attack it enough? Eriksen with this corner kick. We've got a pause here while they check for a possible penalty. What is it for? Are they saying that's handball? That would be incredibly harsh. It's not a penalty. And I think that's the right decision, and fair play to the referee.
So our first goalless match in this World Cup. Let's hope we don't follow suit. Let's take a look at Group D, and the teams that qualify here face the winners and runners-up of Group C. So it's all set up nicely for tonight's meeting between France and Australia. Kelly Summers is alongside former Socceroos goalkeeper Mark Schwarzer at the Al Janoub Stadium. Good evening, Kelly.
Good evening, Gabby. Yes, around 13 miles away from where you are at the moment. Very shortly, Australia.
But there's still an unbelievable side, top quality, and Australia is going to find it very, very difficult against this France side. What I'm hoping is that France actually underestimate them. And if that's the case, then we've got a slight chance.
I was going to say, how do you see this one going? We know that France have some notable absentees. Karim Benzema was sent home after he suffered a thigh injury in training, but Australia have got players missing as well.
Yeah, unfortunately we lost Martin Boyle a couple of days ago leading up to the tournament. He's a really big player for Australia. And there were question marks over Harry Suter. Would he be fit or not? From my understanding, he'll play tonight, and I think he's a big player for Australia. Out of the side, but there's still an unbelievable side, top quality, and Australia is going to find it very, very difficult against this France side. What I'm hoping is that France actually underestimate them, and if that's the case, then we've got a slight chance.
I was going to say, how do you see this one going? We know that France have some notable absentees. Karim Benzema was sent home after he suffered a thigh injury in training, but Australia have got players missing as well.
Yeah, unfortunately we lost Martin Boyle a couple of days ago leading up to the tournament. He's a really big player for Australia. And there were question marks over Harry Suter. Would he be fit or not? From my understanding, he'll play tonight, and I think he's a big player for Australia. Out of the side, but there's still an unbelievable side, top quality, and Australia is going to find it very, very difficult against this France side. What I'm hoping is that France actually underestimate them, and if that's the case, then we've got a slight chance.
I was going to say, how do you see this one going? We know that France have some notable absentees. Karim Benzema was sent home after he suffered a thigh injury in training, but Australia have got players missing as well.
Yeah, unfortunately we lost Martin Boyle a couple of days ago leading up to the tournament. He's a really big player for Australia. And there were question marks over Harry Suter. Would he be fit or not? From my understanding, he'll play tonight, and I think he's a big player for Australia.
Out of the side, but there's still an unbelievable side, top quality, and Australia is going to find it very, very difficult against this France side. What I'm hoping is that France actually underestimate them, and if that's the case, then we've got a slight chance.
I was going to say, how do you see this one going? We know that France have some notable absentees. Karim Benzema was sent home after he suffered a thigh injury in training, but Australia have got players missing as well.
Yeah, unfortunately we lost Martin Boyle a couple of days ago leading up to the tournament. He's a really big player for Australia. And there were question marks over Harry Suter. Would he be fit or not? From my understanding, he'll play tonight, and I think he's a big player for Australia.
Just be a bit more expansive. Just open up a little bit. I mean, you look at them and you say, the narrow back four, so deep. Like Pablo said before, that only isolates that man in your screen right now. Lewandowski's your best player. Get bodies around him and give him opportunities.
He's gesticulating there in a positive manner, wasn't he? Let's see what he can do, what Poland can do to get themselves right back into this game. Although it is goalless. You say that as if Mexico have had the lead in the first half. They haven't. No goals yet. Let's hope there are more on. There are some to come. Let's hand you back to Martin Kieran and Pian Moulenstein.
Thank you, Gabby. Well, Mike has got his wish. They have made a change. Poland. Nikola Zalewski has been replaced by Christian Bielik, who you might know plays for Birmingham City, on loan from Derby. So he'll have his opportunity of 45 minutes or so in this match to try and turn things around, because Martin, at the moment, Poland really have failed to inspire in that first half.
No, and I concur completely with the studio. Looking at Poland, no real football being played. Chesney hitting the ball long at every opportunity, so narrow. Just happy really to let Mexico have as much possession. And then you look at Mexico, can they really score a goal? Are they capable? It might have to come from the bench, I feel, but let's see.
Krychowiak couldn't quite get a touch to it. Martin trying to play it forward. There's Matty Cash. Shower. Not really too much power behind that for Szymanski to get there. Shower, Mexico's most capped goalkeeper.
Out of the side, but there's still an unbelievable side, top quality, and Australia is going to find it very, very difficult against this France side. What I'm hoping is that France actually underestimate them, and if that's the case, then we've got a slight chance.
I was going to say, how do you see this one going? We know that France have some notable absentees. Karim Benzema was sent home after he suffered a thigh injury in training, but Australia...
Might have the goalkeepers union coming after you now.
I'm pretty certain of it. That was Lewandowski there, by the way, trying to cross that ball.
Moreno. Montes. There's Moreno again for Mexico, just enjoying a spell of possession, which they had been doing a lot of in the first half. The free kick goes Poland's way.
It's a good foul, actually, Lewandowski there. I think it's easy to be critical of Poland, but I think some of the shape of Mexico just takes you back.